Wwe.
The following contest is a Hell in a Cell match and is for the Money in the Bank briefcase with the contracting fighter making his way to the ring from Sarasota, Florida.
One of the most entertaining superstars of all time. One of the most charismatic and, guys, one of the best in-ring technicians you will ever see.
A role model and inspiration for countless WWE superstars.
Corey, who'll ever get WrestleMania 3?
The Macho Man with Ricky Steamboat for the Intercontinental Championship. Still argued to this day, the greatest match of all time.
A true legend, one of the all-time greats. Absolutely phenomenal in the ring. Synonymous with WWE, WrestleMania.
It could be argued that the Macho Man has inspired the entire current generation of WWE superstars.
And his opponent from Queens, New York, weighing in at 185 pounds, the Spider-Man.
Guys, you have to imagine this Hell in a Cell match will be every bit as dangerous as it looks.
And being surrounded by such a destructive structure, I can't help but wonder what's going through the minds of these superstars here tonight.
Let's go, guys. Hell in a Cell coming up here.
Guys, this cell is absolutely gigantic. Just looking at it makes me happy I'm retired.
You gotta believe this one's over.
Nailed it.
Macho Man hurting a little here. This could be the start of an ugly downward spiral if he's not careful.
Boom! Guys, I don't think you can have a conversation about great Hell in a Cell moments without bringing up the name Shane McMahon. He really has become synonymous with cell insanity.
It's hard not to recognize what Shane McMahon has done when it comes to Hell in a Cell. As Corey was saying, but at what point is enough enough?
Come on, Michael. There's no such thing as enough when it comes to Shane McMahon. Even you know that. Oh! Boom, what impact!
Gentlemen, I think we can all agree that we've seen some pretty special moments over the years. But for me, few were more special than getting the opportunity to call the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match back in October of 2016.
Recalling that first ever Women's Hell in a Cell match, I gotta say, the ovation Sasha Banks received that night was among the loudest I've ever heard, but I didn't remember you actually calling the match.
Yeah, that's what happens when you compete in your hometown, Cole, but ovations can only get you so far. And in the end, it was Charlotte walking away with the win, not Sasha.
Harsh impact. When this guy's on, look out. Of course, guys, we all remember the 1998 battle between Mankind and Undertaker. And all these years later, fans still refer to it as one of the greatest Hell in a Cell matches of all time.
As Michael was saying, I will never forget the Mankind-Undertaker match. Just the sight of Mankind flying through the air is something that will be ingrained in my memory forever.
Yeah, and while Mankind's the story of that match, I think a lot of people forget it was actually Undertaker who walked out of that match victorious.
So many of the early WrestleManias were defined by the spectacle of historic moments and epic matches. At WrestleMania 8, Randy Savage became the WWE Champion for the second time in his career when he defeated the Nature Boy Ric Flair. That day at the RCA Dome, the Macho Man took down Flair and his advisor, Mr. Perfect.
The rivalry between Randy Savage and Nature Boy Ric Flair stemmed from unfounded claims that Flair had a relationship with Savage's wife, Miss Elizabeth. From there, it got worse when Flair and his cohorts, Bobby the Brain Heenan and Mr. Perfect, taunted the beloved couple.
At one point, it seemed like Savage and Flair were going to fight all over the RCA Dome. Even after the Macho Man won, he attacked a bloodied Flair. The Savage versus Flair saga continued in WWE, went to WCW, even went to Japan.
It's been another great edition of Main Event. Thank you for joining us tonight. He doesn't want to do this outside the ring.
You know, no matter how many times I see a Hell in a Cell match, I'm always amazed at what these competitors are willing to put themselves through.
What a match! Hard to dispute Byron's point about what these superstars put themselves through in an environment like this. For whatever reason, when the Hell in a Cell structure is in place, superstars willingly push the boundaries of physical punishment.
And then there's people like Shane McMahon who just take that to a whole other level.
Guys, we oftentimes talk about the dangers of competing inside Hell in a Cell. Well, let's not forget these competitors aren't the only ones in there. It could be just as dangerous for the official as well. Both of these competitors have so much resolve, it's going to take a minor miracle to keep one of them down.
I agree with Michael's point on the danger of this match. I mean, the environment is so brutal for all involved. Just go back to look at referee Tim White after he officiated one of those matches.
Yeah, he was never the same after that. In fact, White said Hell in a Cell ruined his life. Oh, breakneck speed, what a hurricanrana.
His shoulders are down. And he got a near fall out of it.
Yeah, there's a reason they call him macho, folks, and you just saw it right there. Guys, I think it needs to be said that yes, while we all are enjoying watching this match, you cannot deny the real dangers these superstars are presented with here tonight.
Great one-on-one action here tonight. It doesn't get much better than this.
I have to agree with what Byron was saying about the dangers of Hell in a Cell. The truth is that superstars change forever after competing in this demonic structure.
For once, I agree with both of you. The fact of the matter is that tonight will likely be the most demanding night of these superstars' careers.
Here he goes. Nasty impact.
Here's this moment, Michael. Can Savage actually pull through?
Got the shoulders down. Oh, somehow.
Yeah, Randy Savage was getting savaged right there, but he kicked out to survive.
Of course, guys, we all remember when the Hell in a Cell debuted in 1997 and how harrowing the structure looked. But it's worth noting that the cell has become even more ruinous in recent years.
Matchups like this have been a staple of main events since the program's debut back in 2012.
You know, Corey's point about the cell evolving in recent years is absolutely right. In fact, Byron, the structure is now well over 5 tons.
And I believe that's more than twice as heavy as the original cell, Michael. And believe it or not, it's increased in height by nearly 5 feet.
I don't know about you guys, but for me, there is no greater thrill than being at the announce desk for a Hell in a Cell match. Beautiful technique.
He's starting to feel it here, but he's very aware of who he's in there with and what he has to do to rebound.
He's doing exactly what he didn't want to do here. He's letting his opponent right back into this match.
You know, I'm a little surprised, Corey, to hear you talk about the thrill of announcing a Hell in a Cell match, considering you were there when Shane McMahon shattered the announce desk at Hell in a Cell 2017.
I was there too, Michael, and I'll tell you, I will never look at Hell in a Cell matches the same after that.
You were? He looks for it once again.
Down with a face buster.
This one's over, guys. Randy Savage just too fast for him.
Incredible impact. A knee drop.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Knee drop.
Real quick, let's remind everybody that there are no rules inside a Hell in a Cell, meaning the referee's sole job in this match is to call for the bell following a 3 count or submission.
Elbow drop. He's calling for it.
It might be cliche, but it's true here. It ain't over till it's over.
He's making a statement here with this attack.
Just as important as Byron's point about there being no rules inside the cell, the same holds true for outside the structure. As we've seen many times in the past, superstars don't always stay within the cell.
No, they don't, Cole. In fact, a lot of times you'll see them competing on top of the cell of all places.
A knee drop. Knee drop. A knee drop.
Guys, we all know the storied history of Hell in a Cell, but we'd be remiss if we didn't at least mention that the first time anybody laid eyes on this demonic structure was